Hey y'all, it's Kelly Clarkson with Wayfair, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. Picture this. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app when you spot it. A brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's room of choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Here's a question for you. Does email marketing still work? Yeah, you bet it does. Email marketing today is still the most cost-effective method to reach your audience and to make sales. But times have changed, so your email marketing has to change as well. Would you like to know how? Stay tuned to find out.
Being an entrepreneur sounds like, yes, another new client. I did it. But it can also sound like, I am really not understanding this technology, and I'm feeling so overwhelmed. Am I even cut out for this? That's why I started the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, to help infopreneurs, coaches, and course creators who want to build a business online, but are battling technology, overwhelm, procrastination, and even imposter syndrome. Think successfully, think differently, think bigger, and take action by learning tips from an array of business owners, all dropping knowledge on the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast. Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
What is up? What is up? What the heck is up, my Dark Horse friends and family? Welcome back to another dose of email marketing learning. I am your Dark Horse host, Tracy Brinkman, and I've been in the coaching and course creation online space since like the 90s. Whew. So yeah, got a little experience in my belt, and yet here I am today, still learning. But I think the more important question is, who are you? And the answer to me is infinitely more important, because I believe you are a driven entrepreneur, perhaps even an infopreneur that's here because you're ready to start, restart, kickstart, or just start leveling up with some great marketing, personal, or business tips and results in order to build that beautiful business of yours into the empire it absolutely deserves to be. And as we all know, one of the great ways to build your business empire is with marketing. And once upon a time, email marketers sent out these long emails that told stories. Storytelling is very powerful. They revealed how to do stuff. And, yep, they sold products. Then, dun dun dun, the problems came. Emails being sent into promotions folders, IP addresses being blocked, spam folders, removing emails from existence completely. Yeah, then add on top of that, domain names needing to be verified. Apple opening up all emails and scanning them, so you have no idea how many real people have even opened or seen your emails. So that begs the question I asked earlier. Does email marketing still even work? My answer, yes. Yes, it does. Email marketing is still one of the most cost-effective methods to reach your hungry, needy, give me your product audience and to make sales. But as I mentioned earlier, the times have changed. The times they are a-changing. And we as marketers have to do our email marketing needs in a little different way. So as times have changed, we need to change with them. So what do I mean by that? When you send out an email that took you hours to write and it evaporates in the midst of time within a day or so, it's pretty much like you never wrote it at all, right? And with everything else going on, you could take that exact same content and place it on your website, and you could spark all kinds of conversations while you cut your workload in half. I mean, because let's think about it. Really, if you think about it, nowadays, you can, instead of writing an email, you could turn that email into an article. You focus all your efforts on just the article. Now you can send social media to your traffic, and you could also continue to refer back to it for future pieces of content and future emails too. Look, here's the thing. I'm not saying you should stop emailing. No, not at all. Don't even get me wrong. Instead, you might want to update your workflow, your email process, so it looks more like this. Step number 1, let's send out short emails. Those long, drolling on emails are a thing of the past. Write like when you write to a friend, right? Are you usually sending them 1,000 words? Most likely no. I know a few of you who just said, yes, I do. But Google likes to decide what emails gets through and which ones are regulated to that ever vigilant promotions bin, junk folder, spam folder. By sending out a short email, a short, catchy email that directs your subscriber back to your website, you, my friend, are increasing the odds that that email will land in their personal folder, and they'll get to open it, and they'll get to read it. And that's going to increase your open rate, which makes them more likely to send your next one into their personal box. Place the real message you're trying to share, that real story that you're trying to hook them with, on your blog, on your website. Then send your readers that super catchy email that lets them know if they want to continue reading. Well, here's the link to do that, right? It's like the episode I just shared with you not so long ago on how you can Zeigarnik your audience into submission. Well, the first step of that is to open a loop, right? And you can say, hey, I want to tell you about this, but first, what you're going to need to do is click on this link. So you can, if you don't remember, you can go back to the episode 391 for my podcast listeners. It's about 2 episodes back for my YouTube viewers, and you can see how that works. You could open up that first loop in the email, in that short, catchy email, and then get them to click the link to read the rest. All right, so that's step 1, right? Send out those short emails. Step 2 is place your real efforts on creating a database of content. Here's what I mean by that. Instead of having to write articles and posts in addition to your emails, by shifting to those short, catchy emails, you get to focus all your efforts on that vibrant, catchy content for your website. When you create something, now, of course, you want it to be seen, but you really want it to be accessible far longer than 10 minutes that it would be accessible in someone's inbox. So by placing your content on your site instead of in your emails, this allows your viewers to binge read your stuff and really get to know you. Also, it also has that SEO benefit as well, right? So far what we're doing here is we're taking the efforts that you were putting into those longer emails and you're putting them into the content that you're going to store, say, on your website. Then you're going to send that short, catchy email to drive them to that database of content. Now, step 3 is you're going to encourage discussions on your site. Some of your best ideas for future content and or even products won't be your ideas at all. You've heard me say this a number of times. Listen to your audience, because some of your best future content and most amazing products, they're going to come from your readers if you give them a chance to interact with you and each other as well as your content. So encourage their feedback. Ask them questions. Leave some open-ended commentary at the end of some of your content and see what they say, and make new contacts, and even friends while you're at it. Now, step number 4, use the "to continue reading" phrase in your emails. That will boost your clicks. You see, by using this method, you're likely to see your click-through rates greatly increase over time. First, you're sending out that short email with just a few lines. Make no mistake, you'll still need to put some effort into the email to get the click, right? And a little thought, a little catchy. Remember yesterday's episode, we talked about the cat herder days, and I went off with some fun ideas that went with that. Send me a picture of your cat and I give you 10% off. Send me a picture of your cat with you in it, I give you 20. Send me the cat and you get the product for free. Or just something. Make them want to open your emails. Entice them, even with a solution to a problem or with a great story. Right? Any one of those, some humor, a solution to a problem they're facing. Hey, you've got family coming over for Christmas dinner. And then insert problem here, all right? And then let them know that they're going to want to read more. And the way they get to read more is simply by clicking that link. This works like magic once you get a handle on the technique. It's going to take a little practice, right? It's like anything else in the world. Now, for some of you, I know it's going to come naturally. God love you. Me, it took a little practice. Number 5, continue to segment your lists. This is really important. When you send them to an article about, driving targeted traffic, offer them a cheat sheet or a list of resources in order to get their email address. Yeah. Now, here's what I mean. Because you're probably a little confused. You're going, wait a minute, Tracy, how am I sending them email if I don't have their email address? Well, yeah, I get it. You already have them on your primary list. But now you know that they are specifically interested in driving traffic, right? Because you just sent them, they just clicked through a link that went to the content on your website that was focused on driving traffic. So inside that story, inside that content, tell them, hey, if you'd like a list of cheat sheet or a list of resources, sign up here. And now you're able to segment them into a separate arena. And you can do some of that segmenting automatically, depending on the tool you have. I know I use ConvertKit, and I know that if someone clicks on the link, I can say, hey, one, they're an opener, so they're active. So that's one way I segment them. And then given a specific topic, if the content that they're being pushed to or they're clicking through to is a specific topic, then I can flag them on that. Now, you could take it one step further and ask them if they'd like a list of resources or anything like that. You could do this also one extra step way. Is now that, let's say you sent that email and you drove them to the content about driving traffic. You don't even need to put inside that content there that you'd offer them that cheat sheet. You could send them that segmented list of people that clicked on that specific link, a separate email saying, hey, would you like this free resource? And they click yes, and then they get it, right? The benefit of having it out there on your website as well is if someone goes to the website and reads that content and enjoys it, they see that offering there. So it works for the folks that are outside your sphere of influence that just stepped in, just as well as it'll work for the folks inside your sphere of influence. So you had a couple ideas there. Now, tip number 5.5, whenever possible, use storytelling. Yeah, you've heard me say this. You're going to keep hearing me say this. This is very, very important. Storytelling is pure magic for capturing attention, removing barriers, even for making sales. So start many of your emails with a story and let them click the link to find out how the story goes, right? We're talking about this Zeigarnik effect. We can open that loop by starting to tell the story and say, if you'd like to know what happened to John, there you go. Test this method by emailing a simple short email every day of the month, every day for a month. Yeah. Pay attention to your click-through rate and see how it improves over the course of the month. Wait a minute, Tracy, did you say email everybody every single day? Yes. Yes, I did. Send them one email every single day. Now, one of the magic things that are going to happen here is some people are going to fall off your email list. That's okay. They really don't want your content in the first place if you're just emailing them once a day. Now, here's a great way. Here's a bonus tip, 5.55. Tell them you're going to be emailing them over the course of the next month, every single day. You'll get a couple of folks right then and there that say, oops, I'm out. I don't need an email from you every day. But then tell them why. Saying, hey, I'm trying out some new things. I'm sharing some stories that I think will add value to you and to your, in whatever X is, niche. And so let them know that it's coming. And then start doing that. Now they know it's coming. They start opening it up. And you can watch your click-through rates and see which ones really get them humming, which ones really get them knowing what's going on. I think you're going to be really, truly impressed with the results. I'll wrap this up with a little story of my own. When I first started teaching about email marketing, in the 90s, I had been sending emails out once a week to two different lists. I had one list that was focused on personal development, and one list that was focused on public speaking, two things I was very passionate about, still am to this day. And I had been sending emails out and getting, pretty good click-through rates. And then I decided to send an email out. And this was Thanksgiving morning. And it was just one of those things, I was sitting there and I was making the turkey. I'm that dad that gets up early in the morning, puts the turkey in before everyone else is even awake so that we can have Thanksgiving dinner, more of a Thanksgiving lunch, about halfway through the day, and then enjoy the rest of the day with my kids. And as the day was going on, that turkey smell filled the house, and the kids got up later on. They were running around. I was just caught in that moment. And I decided to walk over to my computer, sit down, and tap out a little "be thankful for what you have" kind of email. That one email got me more click-throughs and more attention and more responses than anything I have ever done. And it was completely spontaneous, but it was completely from the heart. And I think that's probably the last little tidbit I'll leave you for is whatever it is you're sharing, make sure you really feel it and you put your heart and soul into those letters, into the content you put into your website. Trust me, your audience, they'll feel it too. All right, tomorrow's episode is going to be about, are you looking for comments and better rankings on your content? Yeah, I'm going to give you some tips about that. So with that, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully and take action.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
All right.
My name is Tracy Brinkman.
Hey, this is Bayard Winthrop, founder of American Giant. I started this company because I was fed up with cheap clothes that didn't last and a system that shipped manufacturing overseas. We believed we could still make incredible hoodies, t-shirts, and pants right here in the US, with American cotton, American factories, and people earning real wages. That's what American Giant stands for, building clothes that actually last. Get 20% off your first order when you use promo code GIANT20 at american-giant.com. That's 20% off when you use code GIANT20 at american-giant.com.